John Kane as we'll bring you live coverage of this knockout stage match between Brazil and Norway in New Jersey. Both teams aim to progress to the next stage when they will face either England or Mexico, who are playing later on this evening. Both sides have only met in 4 occasions, Norway having won 2 of them and the remaining ending in a draw. But Brazil know that history is on their in this tournament, has always been on their side, having won it 5 times. Carlo Ancelotti is leading this Brazilian side, which has got Alisson in goal, Douglas Santos, Gabriel, Marquinhos and Danilo in defence. In midfield is Martinelli, Casemiro, Guimaraes and Ryan. And up front is Vinicius Jr. and Matheus Cunha. As for Norway today, Ståle Solbakken, the 58-year-old manager, leading his side in an important game as far as Norway is concerned and as far as their history. Nyland is in goal, Ryerson, Ayer, Hegim and Wolfer in defence. Odegaard, Berg and Patrick Berg are in midfield. Alexander Sørloth and Nusa just behind Erling Haaland. Of course, we've seen in some of the previous matches, Sørloth, Nusa and Haaland seem to be switched places as far as them 3 players up front are concerned. Vinicius Jr. is already with 4 goals. Cunha with 3, both playing up front for Brazil. They'll be aiming to progress the side that all the fans be watching them very, very closely. Marquinhos is their manager for today's match, and as far as for Norway is concerned, Erling Haaland with 5 goals already. Of course, a few other players have scored goals, but no one has come close to Haaland in this Norwegian side. Their captain is Martin Odegaard, the Arsenal captain. Of course, he won the English top flight football with Arsenal just a few weeks ago, and how much he would love to progress with his Norwegian side. The referee today is 44-year-old Ismail El-Fateh from the United States of America. The weather at this moment in time in New Jersey is around 27 degrees. It's slightly raining at the moment, and the anticipation that it might be weather-wise will carry on very well. Of course, there was talk about maybe moving the timing of the match, but in the end, FIFA had decided to go along with what they're doing at the moment, the time-wise for this, and also for the time game for England against Mexico. The 19-year-old Ryan, who's playing on the right midfield for Brazil tonight, plays for Bournemouth. Only joined in January from Vasco da Gama. He's made an impressive start for his English side, scoring 4 goals last season. And he'll be playing his 6th match tonight for his country, having scored already 1 goal. And their colours all come from a friendly as well. One has been notable players for Norway, of course, Patrick Berg. Been drafted into the midfield, the 28-year-old Bodø Glimt captain. He's been with the club for the last 4 seasons, having joined from Lens in France. It's been a very successful story for him, club-wise, having reached very high places in European trophies in the last couple of seasons. Brazil, they were playing with the traditional colours, yellow tops and blue shorts, whereas Norway, likewise, the traditional red top and white shorts. Carlo Ancelotti, having taken charge of Brazil, having left Real Madrid last season, with Ståle Solbakken, the Norwegian manager. Likewise, he had also a successful time as manager, mainly with Copenhagen in Denmark, having won the Danish league numerous times. It's going to be Norway who's going to get us off and underway, and they'll be playing from right to left. And off we go, and Odegaard straight away back to his keeper Nyland. And Nyland with a long ball forward, deep inside the Brazilian half. There's a few players waiting for it, and nearly reach Haaland. In the end, it was Gabriel who let the ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick for Brazil. The last meeting did end with Norway winning by 2-1, and that was back in 1998. How much I would love to repeat that here tonight. Of course, as we mentioned, the winner of this game will be playing England or Mexico. That game will be occurring in about 4 hours' time. Alisson with a long ball forward, Brazilian goalkeeper deep inside the Norwegian half, but there's no one waiting for it. Ball went between Ryan and Vinicius Jr. Of course, Vinicius Jr. with 4 goals so far this tournament. 19 goals last season with Real Madrid. He's playing his 54th cap for Brazil tonight. Ball forward, it just wasn't kept in well by the Atletico Madrid player, Alexander Solis. Quick throwing for Brazil, and sending the ball back to the keeper. They need to be careful because there's plenty of Norwegian players all around him and creating a very good pressure, and managed to get the ball here in Norway. Great interception from Olaf Wolf, and managed to get the throw in as well. Good defending from Danilo, deep inside the Brazilian half, play backwards, deep inside of their own half here. We've seen it a few times, creating the pressure up front. Most notably the Haaland goal against Iraq. Came as close as the keeper and managed to put the ball in the back of the net. Sure, that would not be easy here against Brazil, but nevertheless, very big pace by the big Norwegian. Of course, Haaland scoring 28 goals for Manchester City last season. It was a great figure for the club over the last 4 years, and previously with Borussia Dortmund. The ball still up in the air, and eventually managed to be picked up by Norway, and now Odegaard coming deep inside the Brazilian half. He managed to release Ryerson inside the penalty area, down the middle, and the 3 players scoring, and that's the first goal of the match. It took Norway 3 minutes to get into the lead through Patrick Berg, but the linesman is flagged for offside, and I'm sure that's going to be checked by VAR. It does look like it was offside on the pass that fell for Solis inside the penalty area. The goal is clean as far as Patrick Berg is concerned, but the run by Solis on the right hand side wasn't successful. He was probably about a yard or so ahead of everybody else. We're still going to wait for that VAR decision. Indeed, has been ruled out. It still remains 0-0, but it's a good start here by Norway. I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti will be noting this. Now Nyland, Norwegian keeper, long ball forward, picked up well by Erling Haaland. The ball down the middle by Berg again. Norway, very, very good players on this side. It's not just Erling Haaland, Solis for Madrid, Atletico that is, Martin Odegaard, Sanderberg, Christopher Ryerson. They all playing top European football. Especially with the form of Martin Odegaard, having just come back from Arsenal, helping him to win the league with the North London club after 22 years absence. Now, Ryan Nyland, 35-year-old keeper, long ball forward, picked up by Solis. Great interception here, still coming forward on the right hand side of the penalty area. He's got Santos right in front of him, but he still kept the ball well here, the Norwegian. Managed to find Ryerson to Odegaard, halfway through inside the Brazilian half. just looking for options at the moment, and the only option he managed to find is Muller Wolf. And now Nusa on the left-hand side. Down one middle again, once more to Martin Odegaard. Good spaces here coming up here for Norway. And they're definitely trying to take advantage of this. Solith on the right-hand side. Trying to go around him. He managed to get the cross, but it's one intercepted by Santos. And it's going to be Norway's first corner of the match. Just over 5 minutes gone. Still 0-0, but Berg did put Norway ahead in the 3rd minute. That was disallowed for offside. They have been the better side here, Norway. Let's see what they can do with this corner. It's coming from the right-hand side. Taken by the captain himself. Odegaard with a cross inside the 6-yard box, but the referee is asking Odegaard to take it back. It's going to be retaken. There's a few pushing and shoving that the referee stopped play. That's between Ryan and Haaland. Let's see it. Take 2 of this corner. Odegaard. There's still some pushing and shoving, but nevertheless Odegaard has managed to get the cross inside the 6-yard box, headed away by Brazil, and it's cleared away by Danilo, but only as far as Nusa. The ball got up high, but still inside their own half here, Brazil, and now Brazil trying to get the ball back, and indeed they're coming forward this time round with Vinicius Junior. Managed to pass the ball between 2 players, but he completely left it, and now Norway once more. It's been a very exciting start here between Norway and Brazil. It's fair to say that Norway has been a better side. The ball from the right-hand side with Ryerson, Odegaard. The ball still deep inside the Brazilian half. Sanderberg, the Fulham man, playing his 67th match for his country. Muller Wolf from the left. Lovely, beautiful skills here by Nusa, but it's one intercepted here by Brazil. Literally, really desperate, trying to clear the ball away. In the end, it was a header by Ryan, send it deep inside the Norwegian half, wanting to be picked up by the defenders. Surely it's a worrying thing here for Carlo Ancelotti men, but Norway gave the ball away. It's going to be thrown deep inside their own half here on the left-hand side. Brazil played it short to Santos, to Casemiro, of course. Casemiro now has left Manchester United. A good season last season with a team from Manchester. Looking for a new destination, of course. And he's on the ball now, just inside the Norwegian half. Trying to find some options at the moment. Still crawling forward, and lovely play. Managed to switch to the right-hand side to Ryan. And again, this time, down the middle to Guimaraes. Still inside the penalty area. Martinelli still trying to keep the ball. He had the first ball blocked. But Brazil still keeping control at the moment with Guimaraes once more. Crossing the ball to the left-hand side. Managed to pick up Vinicius Junior against Ryerson. Ryerson, that was good defending, but Vinicius Junior gets the ball back. Great pace here between 2 players. Trying to keep the ball in, but he just tried to keep her in. Not a bad attempt by the Real Madrid player, but the ball goes out of play in the end. It's going to be a goal kick for Norway. It's been a very good start. Norway has been a better side, but we have noticed over the last few matches, Brazil do take their time. Get up and running. And that's the ball forward. Picked up down the middle by Berg, but Brazil keep holding the ball again inside their own half. Now Guimaraes, long ball forward, trying to find Vinicius Junior. Great defending this time by Hegem. Now inside the centre circle. Sanderberg again, just creeping forward. He's got players of both wings. He eventually managed to find Muller Wolf. Ryan, a 19-year-old Bournemouth player, just managed to intercept it, but let's go back to Norway once more with Sanderberg once again, deep inside his own half. It's about 3, 4, 5 players now from Brazil. Not creating so much pressure on that back line of Norway, but in the end they managed to get the ball Lovely play here, and again by Brazil. They're coming forward through Ryan, down the middle. They picked up, this time to Martinelli, crossed down the middle, and the Brazilian player was brought down. And the referee is having a word, with Matheus Cunha. And Cunha, who was brought down by the Norwegian defender. And it was Christopher Raya who brought down Cunha. And I'm sure VAR will be looking at this. Christopher Raya slide down to clear the ball right in front of Matheus Cunha. Now it's up to VAR to decide if he had a touch on the ball. And of course, that would be a Norwegian favour. However, if he missed the ball completely, it does look like it's a clear-cut penalty. So VAR are checking this. Still no instructions for Ismail Al-Fatah, the American referee. Cunha still having a word with the man in the middle, but of course we're still waiting for that VAR to see if the penalty will be given. Here's a long check, and the referee has been called to have a look at the monitor. So the initial decision on the field was no penalty, and now the VAR officials have told the referee to come and have a look at the cameras himself. It does appear that Christopher completely missed the ball, bringing it down Matheus Cunha. The referee didn't waste that long having a look at this. Looks like it's going to be a very straightforward decision. He's having to the crowd, and indeed a penalty has been given for Brazil. It's no surprise. It was a horrible challenge by Aya. Completely missed the ball. I think it's fair to say that the referee was about probably 15 yards away from the incident. But yet, he let VAR decide on that. And maybe you have to excuse the referee sometimes, because the angle that they're looking at maybe is not as clear as everybody else. So now Brazil with a penalty and with a chance to take the lead. Vinicius Jr. does look like he's the one who's holding the ball, but he gave it to Bruno Guimaraes, the Newcastle captain. So Guimaraes is going to be the man with the responsibility to put Brazil ahead. Guimaraes against Nyland. Guimaraes is stepping forward, taking a slow pace, and that was saved! Great save by Nyland, and it's cleared away by Norway. A brilliant save by the 35-year-old Guimaraes. A powerful penalty to the left-hand side of Nyland, but the Norwegian man dived at the right place. Brilliant save by Ørjan Nyland. And now Brazil long ball forward inside the penalty area, but picked up by Nyland again. The Norwegian hero so far. Big save by the Sevilla goalkeeper. 35-year-old. He'll definitely remember this if Norway head to the next stage. And here's again. Long ball forward by Nana, trying to find Hannon deep inside the Brazilian half. But the ball's still up in the air. Now Norway gets the ball through Nusa. But Nusa just gave the ball away. Well intercepted by Ryan. But the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw in for Norway. But what a save by Nyland. Guimaraes trying to slot the ball to Nyland's left. in Nyland guessed correctly. Brilliant save by the Norwegian. Of course, Norway did score a goal early on, and that was ruled out for offside. That was by Patrick Berg, the Bodø/Glimt player. And now the Newcastle captain missed the penalty for the Samba men. Quarter now just gone, still 0-0 however. And now Brazil get the free kick. It was a late challenge by Ryerson on Vinicius Jr. just inside the Brazilian half. Interesting enough, it was Vinicius Jr. who was holding the ball quite a long time before passing on to the Guimaraes, and now Ryan coming forward on the edge of the penalty. He managed to get it. He has a shot, but it goes way wide. And now it's going to be a goal kick for Norway. It was a good play by the 19-year-old Bournemouth man. He managed to use his space to go around the Norwegian players, but the shot in the end from about 12 yards out couldn't direct it towards goal. Probably was about 7 or 8 yards away. And now Ryerson, defended by Martinelli, another Arsenal man in the squad, of course. Arsenal player on each side. Of course, likewise with Gabriel, the centre-back for Brazil. But it's now 1 on one side and 2 on the other. And all three helped Arsenal winning the league a few weeks ago. And here's another one, Martin Odegaard down the middle. Standerberg still inside their own half here, Norway. Still 0-0, just joined us, but been plenty of drama so far. Norway scoring a goal in the 3rd minute. That was ruled out for offside by Patrick Berg, and then Guimaraes missing a penalty at the 14th with a brilliant save by Ørjan Nyland. And here comes Nusa, deep inside the Brazilian half on the left-hand side, trying to take a Ryan once more. Lovely play, managed to cross through down the middle, managed to find Berg as well, sent it to the ball to the right, and side to Ryerson. Ryerson still creeping him forward, trying to go around Martinelli. It's been pushed back here, and once more it goes to Martin Odegaard, just not far off from the centre circle. Odegaard coming forward, surrounded by 4 players. He gave the ball away, and now Brazil on the attack with Martinelli, 3 against 3. Still deep inside the Norwegian half, sending the ball to the left, and now it's Vinicius Jr. inside the penalty area, chip the ball inside the 6-yard box, and it's brilliant interception by Muller Wolf. And now Norway themselves going to counter-attack with Antonio Nusa, but Nusa decided to come to play a bit. There's plenty of defenders did go back, and this time it's Odegaard from the right-hand side. He gets the support from Solith. Solith from the right-hand side of the penalty area. Great defending by Douglas Santos, and now he picks up the ball. Brazil inside the centre circle with Matheus Cunha. There's plenty of players playing top flight football in England, of course. Guimaraes, Casemiro last season, Cunha, Martinelli, Ryan, Gabriel, Alisson. Now they're in possession with Marquinhos, the captain, sending the ball to the right hand side to Ryan. 2 players in front of him, so the ball goes down the middle, picked up by Cunha. Good play here by Brazil, but also struggling to find the space here down the middle, but the pass in the end was aimed for Matheus Cunha, but it wasn't the best of passes, to be fair, by Guimaraes, straight in the hands of the keeper Nyland. Great save by Nyland in the 14th minute. That penalty, and now it's a good cross by him. Managed to find Wolf, and now Nusa down the middle with Sanderberg. Nusa gets the receiving ball. Antonio Nusa plays for RB Leipzig. And now switching the ball to the right with Alexander Solith. Odegaard once more to Sanderberg. Odegaard, I'm sure he'll be happy with his colleagues so far, especially the first 5-6 minutes. They were controlling the match quite well. Now Odegaard This time actually finds Solis once more on the right, but it's been pushed back here by Douglas Santos. It's good defending by the Zenit St. Petersburg player. And now goes all the way back to Nyland, and there's few players from Brazil. Every time Nyland gets the ball, you see plenty of Brazilian players in the Norwegian half, but none of them actually making any kind of pressure on that back line, whereas on the other end, every time Anderson gets the ball, we've seen 4 or 5 players all pressurising that back line, especially with the pace of Erling Haaland. And now Norway once more with the ball down the middle. This time managed to find Ryerson deep inside the Brazilian half. Still looking for space at the moment. Gets to Odegaard. It's been all over the place here, the Norwegian captain. Good shift so far. Nearly played 21 minutes, still 0-0, but plenty of drama. Odegaard once more, deep inside the Brazilian half. Eventually Ryerson gets to space on the right-hand side. Ryerson being pushed back at the moment with Sander Berg with his support. Berg. It's about 5-6 players around about the 4 players of Norway who are trying to keep the ball, and so far Norway has got about 60% possession. A very impressive start here for the Scandinavian side. The Brazilians only with 40%. It was Brazil who did have the penalty in the 40th minute, and that was saved brilliantly by Ørjan Nyland, the Sevilla goalkeeper, because he did play in England previously with Aston Villa and Bournemouth. So he's got top flight football experience. Odegaard. It is soon very, very well organised side. Still back and men. Now they're coming forward this time round. Managed to find Muller Wolf on the left hand side. Still coming forward. Managed to find Nusa. But Muller Wolf was brought down by Ryan. And it's going to be a free kick for Norway, but a yard or so from the left-hand touchline, halfway through inside the Brazilian half. It's going to be a dangerous free kick here by Norway. It's going to be taken by the captain, Martin Odegaard. There's plenty of players lining up on the edge of the penalty area. We've seen how good Odegaard can be with that set pieces, both club and country. Odegaard decided to play it short. He gets to receiving balls. Odegaard gets support to his left with Nusa, trying to go around Ryan, and he managed to do so on the edge of the penalty area. They would go through down the middle, and now he managed to find Ryerson. Ryerson sending the ball to the left. This time with Patrick Berg. They're still outside the penalty area, and now they give the ball away. And now Matheus Cunha deep inside the Norwegian half, 2 against 2. He's got support from Vinicius Junior. He decided to go along inside the penalty area. He was pushed down, but the referee says play on. And straight in the hands of the keeper, Nyland. Very good defending by Muller Wolf, who was chasing the Manchester United player. It was a slow of the pushes inside the box. It was right in front of the referee. Muller Wolf, who likewise was playing top flight football last season with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Of course, Wolves did get relegated, and I'm sure with the performance what we've seen from him this tournament, there'll be plenty of clubs watching him, and of course, make sure you're watching the game through your local broadcaster. Norway once more. Just trying to calm things a bit here. They're in control of the game, to be fair, but Brazil, they have got good pace up front, as we just seen a few moments ago through Matheus Cunha. The Manchester United player scoring 11 goals last season. Was another former Wolves man. He also played for Atletico Madrid. He's been with the Manchester club for the last couple of seasons. Nusa. Deep inside their own half here, Norway. With Sanderberg. The full-on man. It's about 3 players around him from Brazil. Still keeping the ball, and he's waiting for someone to come and pressurise him. And in the end, it's only Vinicius Junior trying to do as such. Orion Nyland, long ball forward, managed to pick up Sorlith, but wasn't the best of controls by the Atletico Madrid player. Ball goes straight out of play, and a throw and play quickly here by Douglas Santos. Down the middle with Casemiro. Now Gabriel. Inside the centre circle to Marquinhos, PSG captain. I'm sure if he would be having a great season if he managed to win the tournament, Marquinhos, having captained the Parisian club with both domestic and European trophies. But now the ball with Brazil, with Guimarães, but it's great defending by Norway, and Nusa, a lovely play forward. He managed to go around 3 players, and eventually the ball goes out of play. It's going to be throw in, and now we're going to have a water break by 26 minutes. Still 0-0, but it's worth reminding. No, we did put the ball into the back of the net in the 3rd minute through Patrick Berg. He put a Glim player. That was ruled out for offside, but the moment did come for Brazil in the 14th minute when Christopher Raya brought down Mateus Cunha inside the box. Guimarães found to beat Nyland with a brilliant save by the Sevilla goalkeeper. That was a great chance for Brazil to put themselves in the lead, and as we mentioned, the winner of this match will be facing either England or Mexico. Will be kicking off in about 3.5 hours time. For now, both sides are concentrating to get out of this round. And I'm sure some of the winner, to be specific, will be watching that game later on, see who they'll be facing. It's not going to be an easy game between England and Mexico, of course. But as far as this round is concerned, we've seen few results with France beating Paraguay by 1-0. Who else? Kylian Mbappe's goal. That did come from the penalty spot, of course, and Morocco also victorious, beating Canada by 3-0. Morocco didn't play well in the first half. Canadian did do well, but failed to cause any problems in the end to Yassine Bono, the man in goal for Morocco. But he did switch off in the second half, and it was a brilliant performance in the end, winning it by 3-0 and knocking out one of the hosts of the tournament. I'm sure this hydration break, Carlo Ancelotti will be passing on a few messages to his players. I'm sure he won't be convinced with the performance. Norway had about 62-63% possession so far, and that's not going to please the Italian in charge. Players are back on the field. We'll be resuming very, very shortly. He's going to be throwing for Brazil. It's going to be taken by Danilo, the Flamengo defender. Have a few spells in Europe with Real Madrid, Manchester City and Juve before heading back to Flamengo last season. Plays the ball across down the middle, picked up by Casemiro. Now with Gabriel to Marquinhos, still inside their own half here. Marquinhos. You see what Ancelotti has said to his players. I'm sure Stella Solbakken will be well impressed with what Norway done so far. Long cross towards the right hand side, picked up by Ryan. Ryan sending the ball down the middle, not far from the penalty area. Across by Danilo. Managed to pick up Vinicius Junior near the left-hand corner flag. He's heading back. And lovely pass. Managed to find Santos inside the penalty area. Switched the ball inside the 6-yard box. Took a massive deflection. But Brazil still with the cross. But that chance has been completely missed. And now Nusa surrounded by a couple of players. He was brought down. It's going to be a free kick for Norway. What a chance for Brazil. Vinicius Junior managed to relieve Santos, who got inside the penalty area on the edge of the 6-yard box. He was trying to find Guimaraes, who was waiting for the ball. It was a great interception by Nyland again. I think like maybe Guimaraes' worst nightmare at the moment. Played over half an hour in the first half, still 0-0 though. It's been a very, very exciting match to say the least. Now Nyland, long ball forward, deep inside the Brazilian half, trying to find Haaland, and now Haaland chasing with Marquinhos, and Alisson have to come outside of his penalty area to clear the ball away. But Brazil still on the edge of their own penalty area. Now Alisson managed to clear the ball away right in front of Erling Haaland. The ball goes up. There's going to be a throw in for Norway. Half through inside the Brazilian half on the right hand side. Odegaard inside the centre circle. Ball with Hegem. To Moller Wolf inside the centre circle themselves, trying to go around 2-3 players, passing the ball forward. He just could not pick up any Norwegian player. And now Ryan through the middle, switching the ball to the right hand side, but great interception here by Patrick Berg. And now Norway once more. Switching the ball forward, down the middle. Great play here to Martin Odegaard. Few players now ahead of him, and he's still with possession of the ball, Odegaard. Getting support from Solet, not far from the right hand side of the penalty area. And now Odegaard with the ball again. Down the middle with Sanderberg. Switching the ball to the left-hand side to Nusa. Nusa inside the penalty area, trying to cut through down the middle. Great defending by Guimaraes. And now he gets the receiving ball, this time to Casemiro. Brazil trying to go on a counter-attack, and they managed to do so from Danilo. Danilo against Nusa. Managed to find Junior, who switched to the right-hand side. Now pass going forward. It managed to go around the defender, but he had a bit of a heavy touch in the end. Ball goes out, play. It's going to be a goal kick for Norway. It does seem whatever Carlos Ancelotti has said to his players in the water break seems to have had an effect on this side. It's been all Brazil at the moment, the last 3 minutes or so. Now Nyland inside his own penalty area. Got Junior just coming nearly around it, but he managed to clear the ball forward, trying to find Haaland. And now Alisson clear the ball away for Brazil. He got the ball at the moment down the middle with Martinelli. Just managed to cross the halfway line through 34-year-old Danilo, and now Martinelli once more inside the centre circle. Casemiro, long ball towards the left-hand side. It's aimed for Santos, but it's one intercepted by Solet, and now Solet trying to go forward. Lovely play, ball forward to Haaland. Haaland, lovely skills. He's still trying to keep the ball. He managed to do so. And now Solet once more, trying to find Nusa, but great interception by Marquinhos. And now Brazil on the attack. Cunha to Junior on the left, trying to cut through down the middle. To Bruno Guimaraes from 25 yards away. Sending the ball to Ryan in the edge of the penalty area to Junior from the right. Trying to have a shot. Great block by Moller Wolf. And they managed to clear the ball away. As far as Brazil again, still inside the Norwegian half. Good pressure here by Brazil. Danilo down the middle with Casemiro. Switching the ball to the right hand side of the penalty area with Ryan. Ryan against Wolf to Casemiro inside the penalty area, trying to cross the ball, but it's good defending here by Hegem. But it's all Brazil at the moment. 30 yards out of the way, but Danilo gave the ball straight to Solet, and now Norway on the counter attack. Soler still with the attack, halfway through inside the Brazilian half to Odegaard. Odegaard down the middle to Nusa. He's got space to shoot. Nusa trying to pass the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard with the ball on the right side of the penalty 6-yard box. He's still got the ball. We have to turn him around. He has a shot and that hits the side netting. That's going to be a goal kick for Brazil. Good play here by Martin Odegaard. It's about less than a yard away. Alisson's left-hand post. Just past the 35th minute mark. Still 0-0 between Brazil and Norway. It's worth mentioning that Patrick Berg did put Norway up front after 3 minutes. That goal was ruled out for offside on Alexander Solis in the build-up. Whereas Guimarães, he had the chance to put Brazil in the lead when Cunha managed to get a penalty for Brazil. It was a great save by Nyland, and now Brazil lose the ball inside their own half here. And now Ryerson down the middle to Sanderberg, deep inside the Brazilian half. To Odegaard, it's been everywhere, the Arsenal man. To Ryerson once more. And Solis managed to pass the ball back, but it's way behind Ryerson, but Ryerson managed to control the ball in the end. Borussia Dortmund player. Now Hegem to Odegaard, switching the ball to the left-hand side to Antonio Nosé, not far off from the penalty area. Cross the ball inside the box, and Haaland trying to chip the ball over Alisson. It was good goalkeeping by the Liverpool goalkeeper. Lovely cross by Antonio Nosé for about 10 yards out on the volley. Beautiful skills by Haaland. It needed Alisson to really extend his jump to reach to the ball, but nevertheless it's very good effort, and he was on target. The big Norwegian. And now Brazil with Guimarães just inside the Norwegian half, sending the ball forward. Managed to find Cunha. That's a good chip here forward, but it's well intercepted here by Norway. And then the referee has given a free kick. It was a late challenge with Sanderberg. The referee did take his time to give the free kick, to be fair, to Norway. It's a challenge from behind by the 22, Gabriel Martinelli. Got just about over 8 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Still 0-0 between Brazil and Norway. It does seem that the rain has stopped for some time now, and now they're coming forward. Solis from the right hand side, trying to get the cross inside the box, but it's picked up by Ryerson once more. Ryerson still on the right hand side and harassed here by Douglas Santos, but it's good play by Norway at the moment, still in control of the ball. Odegaard, 3 Brazilians in front of him. Eventually have to pass the ball down the middle to Sanderberg. To Muller Wolf, still inside the Brazilian half, picked up by Nusa, trying to go across around the players, but the ball was well intercepted here by Brazil, and Ryan is back defending, and the ball's still up in the air, and both teams seem to be giving the ball to each other. And now Guimarães eventually managed to control the ball, managed to find Casemiro to Gabriel inside the centre circle alongside Casemiro, gets the receiving ball once more, but this time inside the Norwegian half, switching the ball to the right hand side to Danilo, and he gets the ball from Ryan, the Bournemouth man. Ryan against Muller Wolf, trying to find space as a cross, about 3 players waiting here inside the box, but in the end it goes to Guimarães. Guimarães managed to find Ryan again. Can he go around Nusa? Ryan passes the ball to this time to Casemiro, who managed to have the shot, but it's well blocked by the Norwegian defenders. And here he is again, 34-year-old, this time switching the ball to the left. Still goes inside the centre circle here for Brazil. They have improved after the hydration break, and that's a good cross here by Marquinhos to the left. Managed to find Vinicius Jr. trying to go around Ryerson. That was a great defending here by the Borussia Dortmund player, and they lost the ball here. Norway inside the penalty area. A shot by Vinicius Jr. and another brilliant save by Nyland. What a mistake here by Norway, giving the ball in the edge of the penalty box. And that was by Martin Odegaard of all people. And Vinicius Jr. gets the ball. He goes around the defender, and from 7 yards out, on target, brilliantly saved by Nyland. The corner, played quickly here by Brazil. Play short, but given away here for Nusa. And Nusa the ball forward, straight to the Brazilian player. Douglas Santos. Just under 5 minutes to go till half time, still 0-0. It's been a very exciting match, and that's the ball forward. Initially, it was a good touch here by Vinicius Jr., but couldn't keep it in the end. It's fair to say that Ørjan Nyland has saved Norway on at least 3 occasions. One from the penalty spot from Guimaraes, another one from the cross by Douglas Santos across the 6-yard box. You need to make that deflection right in front of Guimaraes again, and this time from Vinicius Jr. There's nothing wrong from the shot. It was just brilliant save by Ørjan Nyland, who has been superb tonight and tournament overall. Started all Norwegian matches so far this tournament. Long ball forward by Nyland himself, trying to find Erling Haaland, but it was great defending by Gabriel, who had the ball back to Alisson. Of course, make sure you're watching the games through your local broadcaster. Brazil to Guimaraes, deep inside their own half. To Casemiro, passing it forward inside the centre circle, but great defending again by Norway. And now Nusa coming through down the middle, still with the ball. Managed to find Haaland, not far from the penalty area. Just 3 defenders to beat. To Odegaard from the left, he has the shot. And that was good defending by Danilo. Brilliant play by Haaland. We managed to find his captain on the left of the 6-yard box. Shot by Odegaard. Well defended by Danilo. It's going to be the 3rd corner of the match. The 2nd for Norway, this time from the left-hand side. 2.5 minutes to go till half-time. It'll be brilliant timing for Norway if they can take the lead. Of course, they're trying to use the high advantage of the main man, Erling Haaland. It's going to be Patrick Berg with the cross inside the 6-yard box, headed away by Cunha. On as far as Nusa, picked up by Ryerson down the middle. Ryerson crossed the ball inside the box, but straight into the hands of the keeper, Alisson. 33-year-old. He's been at Liverpool since 2018. He's been a great servant for club and country as well. Of course, he won top flight football with Liverpool back in a few seasons ago. Also the top European football as well back in 2019. And now Norway on a counter-attack and picked up by Solith. Deep inside the Brazilian half. Got support from Odegaard. He had the chance to go around Douglas Santos, but there's no one waiting for him down the middle. No. Nevertheless, now Norway switching the ball to the left. And now with Sanderberg inside the centre circle. Christopher Ayer, Brentford man. Solus once more, surrounded by 2 players who are playing inside the last 60 seconds of the first half, plus stoppage time, of course. Still 0-0 between Brazil and Norway. It's fair to say that Norway had been slightly better than Brazil in this first half so far. Both sides had their chances, especially Guimaraes with that penalty in the 14th minute. Nyland brilliantly diving to his left to save that penalty by the Newcastle captain. Here's the ball with Hagen. Sending it back to the man himself, falling in Nyland. Vinicius Junior trying to create some sort of pressure, but Nyland managed to cross the ball forward, headed away by Gabriel. And now the ball in no man's land, but Haaland came back all the way deep inside the centre circle. Managed to find Odegaard on the right hand side of the penalty area to Ryerson. Now Haaland is waiting inside the box, but Solis gets the ball back. Solis trying to get the cross here, but it's good defending in the end by Douglas Santos. Going to be a throw in to the right hand side of the penalty area. Played about 30 seconds of stoppage time. It's going to be 6 minutes of it. 6 minutes of stoppage time. There's plenty of Norwegian players now inside the penalty box. Looks like it'll be a long throw here by the Dortmund player Ryerson. Ryerson, long throw, headed away by Cunha, goes back to Ryerson once more to the right hand side, trying to go around Martinelli, still with the ball, trying to get across, good defending in the end by the Arsenal man. And it's going to be another corner for Norway, third of the match, 4 in total. And this time it's going to be from the right hand side. Good pressure here by Norway over the last few minutes. Going to be their captain again, Martin Odegaard. Take a couple of them corners alongside Patrick Berg from the left. Odegaard with a cross inside the 6-yard box, and a header from Soren to go backwards. And now Martinelli trying to pass through down the middle, but ball forward. Only managed to find Muller Wolfer. He's on the ball again, deep inside his own half. Played about nearly 2 minutes out of the 6 of stoppage time. It just feels like Norway are the more eager to get themselves ahead before half time. I think it's fair to say they have been slightly the better side, as we mentioned earlier. And now it's still in possession with the ball with their captain, Martin Odegaard. Under 4 minutes to go. Wolfer on the left. Played very well in this tournament. David Muller-Wolfer. Now with Ryerson. It's about 5 players from Brazil, deep inside the Norwegian half. But in the end, is Orion Nyland, long ball forward, trying to find Haaland. And he managed to get the ball coming between two players. And this time to Odegaard. Has the shot. That was a great save by Allison. Brilliant play by Norway. It was a long ball forward by Nyland. Managed to pick up by Haaland. He managed to beat Gabriel and Marquinhos. The ball went up loose. Picked up by Odegaard. And from about 13 yards out, 1-on-1 with Allison. Brilliant save by the Liverpool man. Great chance here for Norway, but now it's Brazil on the attack with Martinelli to Ryan deep inside the Norwegian half. Just under 3 minutes to go of stoppage time. Guimaraes down the middle, trying to find a way out here. Managed to find Vinicius Junior. Send the ball back to Santos, still on the left hand side to Guimaraes once more. Guimaraes, the man who missed the penalty early on in the match. Danilo down the middle with Casemiro. Still time for either side to put themselves in the lead before half time. And now Vinicius Junior managed to go around Ryerson, but Ryerson managed to retrieve back to Guimaraes down the middle. He has a shot, but that was well intercepted. But it still goes this time with Danilo on the right hand side. Good pressure here by Brazil. Casemiro crossing ball down the middle. He just goes over the Brazilian player. He goes out for a goal kick. Great vision by Casemiro. We're about 20 yards outside the penalty area. Crossed the ball inside the 6-yard box. Martinelli came out of nowhere. He was 1-on-1 with the keeper inside the 6-yard box. No offside whatsoever. He just could not reach out to the ball. So 2 big chances here. A few moments to go. It was Martin Odegaard who was left 1-on-1 with the Liverpool keeper brilliantly saved by the 33-year-old. And now Norway. It's Christopher Raya, Odegaard, Sandberg, managed to cross the halfway line. Just about a minute out of the 6 minutes of stoppage time to go. Make sure you're watching the game through your local broadcaster. Norway. Still got one more chance here to Nusa. We haven't seen Nusa for a while on the left-hand side here for Norway. The 21-year-old. Long ball forward, trying to find Odegaard inside the 6-yard box. There's good defending here by his Arsenal colleague Gabriel. Managed to cover the ball well, straight in the hands of Alisson. And now Brazil get the free kick, but play quickly here. With 30 seconds to go. Vinicius Jr. deep inside the Norwegian half. Coming cut through down the middle. Still with the ball, trying to go around Ryerson. And now again, managed to escape both players. He was brought down. The ball goes out play. It's going to be a goal kick for Norway. It's good defended by Christopher Raya. It was what managed to handle Vinicius Jr. This seems like a slight pull of the shirt on the Real Madrid player. But the referee decided to give the goal kick for Norway. And as we speak, the referee has whistled for half-time. It's been a very fast-paced match, a very entertaining game so far indeed. And Norway, probably fair to say, they've had the slightest edge in this match. They had the ball back in the net in the 3rd minute with Patrick Berg, but that goal has been ruled out for offside. And then Guimaraes, he had a chance to put Brazil in the lead, but his penalty in the 40th minute was brilliantly saved by Orion Nyland. So it's half-time here. It's Brazil 0, Norway 0. Welcome back, and surely we're starting the second half between Brazil and Norway with the half-time score. It's 0-0 between both sides. Of course, there's been plenty of action in the first half. An exciting game as well. Norway did put the ball into the back of the net in the 3rd minute through Patrick Berg, only to be disallowed for offside in the build-up against Solith. And then Brazil had the chance to take the lead, and they were rewarded a penalty in the 40th minute with that tackle on Matheus Cunha. Bruno Guimaraes failed to convert it with a brilliant save by only a Ireland in goal for Norway tonight. I'll tell you, Norway have just made 2 substitutions at half time, with Solith and Nusa both off, and they've been replaced by Oscar Bob and Shieldrup. Andreas Shieldrup, the exciting 22-year-old, has been in the Benfica side for the last 3 seasons. Very, very exciting player. He's borne us up a number of games so far in the tournament. Just waiting to see full confirmation from both set of players. Brazil will be kicking us off very, very shortly and playing from right to left. And off we go. Ball from Cunha, so straight to Alisson. Alisson with a long ball forward, deep inside the Norwegian half on the edge of the penalty area, but is well intercepted here by Hegem. And managed to let the ball go out of play. Right in front of Cunha is going to be a goal kick for Norway. We've got Nyland in goal, Wolfer, Hegem, Ayer and Ryerson in defence. Patrick Berg, Sanderberg and the captain Martin Odegaard in midfield, and Andreas Shieldrup and Oscar Bob just behind Erling Haaland. Ball forward here for Norway, goes straight out of play. It's going to be thrown for Brazil. Deep inside their own half, we've got Alisson still in goal. Danilo, Marquinhos, Gabriel and Douglas Santos in defence. Ryan, Guimaraes, Casemiro and Martinelli in midfield. Up front still remains Matheus Cunha and Vinicius Jr. And now for Brazil, to find Vinicius Jr. He had the support from Douglas Santos, but decided to go to Casemiro just inside the Norwegian half. And now Gabriel this time managed to find Vinicius Jr. on the left hand side, passing the ball down the middle to Casemiro. Switching the ball this time to the right, and managed to find the ball with Mal Ryan. He's got 2 players in front of him. He managed to cut through. He passed across inside the 6 penalty area. It's good defending here by Hegem. Goes straight for a throw in for Brazil. Will be on Hegem, the 27-year-old who will play for Bologna in Italy. And now Brazil once more with Gabriel. It's a good start here for Samba man, cross to the right hand side, managed to find Ryan, but there was a handball in the process. It's going to be free kick for Norway just to the left hand side of their own penalty area. Norway was slightly the better side in the first half, but as we've seen in yesterday's match between Canada and Morocco, Morocco were the better side in the first half, but failed to take the advantage of that by getting the ball into the back of the net, and then Morocco came with strength, scoring 3 in the second. Now the first touch for Oscar Bob, the former Manchester City player who moved to Fulham 6 months ago, and managed to get a free kick for his side. Down the middle with Sanderberg, still inside the half, not far from the centre circle. Now you can see now more Brazilian players trying to pressurise that back line, but a good play here by Christopher Raya. He's managed to get between few players, but in the end only managed to find Ryerson to his right. Now I gets the receiving ball, and now Mateus Cunha and Vinicius Jr. trying to seem to have to pile more pressure on Nyland and his defenders. There's about 5 players here from Brazil around the penalty area, but so far so good for Norway. Ryerson, the short pass at the moment from the right. Brilliant play here, managed to find Odegaard, and then streaming forward here, managed to cross the halfway line, sending the ball down the middle to Patrick Berg. Berg goes around wide. He still has that with a shot, and that was a really, really poor one from Patrick Berg. About 20 yards out. Plays ball way over the bar into the stands. It's going to be a goal kick for Brazil. Patrick Berg had a good run as the captain with Bode Glimt in the last couple of seasons. As far as European competition is concerned, of course, winner with plenty of domestic trophies. He was rewarded being with the Norwegian squad since the qualifiers. And now they get the ball back here in Norway. Odegaard deep inside the Brazilian half, trying to cut through down the middle. Decided to switch to the right to Ryerson. Ryerson to Odegaard again. Still congregating on the right hand side, and Ryerson with short passes along about 2-3 Norwegian players, and now Oscar Bob is getting involved. They're not far off from the penalty area, but in the end, it's good defending here by Casemiro. The ball goes out play. It's going to be throw in for the right hand side of the penalty box. It's going to be taken by Julian Ryerson. Needs to hurry up because, as we know, all getting counted at the moment. Ryerson trying to get the ball back here from Odegaard. Ball goes out play, and Ryerson is complaining that he was brought down by the Brazilian player. Nevertheless, he was right in front of the linesman, and he saw nothing wrong with it. Douglas Santos with the throw. Plays it short, cleared away here by Gabriel. Ball up in the air, still inside the Brazilian half, headed away by Christopher Raya. Only managed to find the ball inside the centre circle with Patrick Berg. Muller Wolf. Again, once more from the right, and now Christopher Raya managed to cross the halfway line. Fulham Brentford man to Ryerson, half a threat inside the Brazilian half. Seems to be starting from the right here at the moment, Norway. We're congregating in that part of the field as far as going forward is concerned. Oscar Bob taken 1, taken 2, but couldn't take on the third. Had cleared away by Brazil. They're slightly under pressure here, and they gave the ball away, but in the end, Guimaraes managed to get the ball back. Now, plenty of pressure on that back line by Norwegian players. Managed to keep the ball in so far, and it's cleared away here by Ryan. And it goes to Martin Odegaard, deep inside the Brazilian half. Has it been best to start here for Brazil? I think the same thing happened in the first half. Norway did score a goal that was allowed in the build-up. It wasn't against Berg, who placed the ball into the back of the net. It was on Alexander Solis from the right-hand side. Just couldn't time his run properly. We played about 7 minutes from the restart. And still 0-0 here between Brazil and Norway. Brazil did come as favourites, but fair to say that Norway has been slightly the better side. But of course, you have to think Orion Nyland in goal today with a couple of good saves, plus that penalty from Bruno Guimaraes. When you see that one chance here for Erling Haaland, it was on target, and he was trying to chip Alisson about 8 yards out. Alisson done well to get the ball as high as it was. I'm sure Haaland only needs another good chance. And now they're coming on the attack with Schaldrup. Sending the ball to the left-hand side for Muller Wolf. Cross the ball down the middle. Cleared away by Marquinhos. It goes once more to Norway, but wasn't the best of passes here by Hegem. And it's going to be thrown for Brazil. Because Martin Odegaard also had a good chance towards the end of the half. 1-on-1 with Allison from 18 yards, just inside the penalty area. It's brilliant to save by the Liverpool man. And now they lose the ball again here. Brazil, Haaland, switching the ball to the left with Schildrup. Trying to go around two defenders, but in the end, it was good defending here by Danilo. And now Brazil coming forward through down the middle with Martinelli. Switching the ball to the left. Douglas Santos managed to cross the halfway line to Vinicius Jr. He's got support from Santos again, but he decided to go on his own and managed to go two players inside the penalty area, not far from the 6-yard box, but that was good defending in the end by Christopher Raya. And the ball goes out of play. Brilliant play by Vinicius Jr. Managed to go between two players, Ryerson and Bob. He managed to get on the edge of the 6-yard box from the left-hand side. Christopher Rya's touch in the end cleared the ball out of play. It's going to be the corner for Brazil from the left. It's going to be Mateus Cunha with the cross. Cunha, the Manchester United player. Nearly played 10 minutes inside the second half, still 0-0. But there's a chance here for Brazil. Cunha with a cross and flicked well here by Casemiro, but was all the way goes to the other end. And now Patrick Berg with the ball, sending the ball back inside his own penalty area with Christopher Raya once more. Odegaard, wasn't a bad cross by Mateus Cunha, and that flick on could have gone anywhere really, just to the left hand side of the 6-yard box. End up going to the other end of the area. And now Norway once more in the attack. We just passed the 55th minute mark. Still 0-0 between Brazil and Norway. Of course, the winner of this match will be facing the winner of England and Mexico. It's off just under 3 hours. And now Oscar Bob deep inside the Brazilian half. He's got the support to the right hand side with Ryerson. Ryerson not far from the penalty area. Send the ball down the middle to Odegaard. Just a bit under pressure from a couple of players, and Odegaard managed to get the ball back in the end. Captain of the side here, just like he captained Arsenal last season, leading them to their first league trophy after 22 years. And Oscar Bob down the middle, switching the ball to the left hand side, managed to find the other substitute Schildrup inside the penalty area, trying to cross the ball down the middle. Good block here by Brazil, but he gets the ball back and not surrounded by two players. Great exciting player, but in the end it was Danilo's clearance cleared the ball away, but the last touch was by the Benfica player. It's going to be thrown for Brazil, the right side of their own penalty area. Danilo, 34-year-old, gets the receiving ball here, but just couldn't control it. The ball straight for a throw in, and that's going to be a very, very cheap one indeed for Brazil. Norway gets the throw in now. It's going to be taken by Muller Wolf to the left-hand side of Brazilians' penalty area. This time decided not to go for the long throw in, and now all the way still inside the Brazilian half. And now Christopher Raya passing the ball down the middle. Well picked up here this time by Schildrup. 57 minutes gone, still 0-0. Just make sure you're watching the game through your local broadcaster. Schildrup gets the ball back again. The left-hand side of the penalty area. He's got two players in front of him. He's about 2-3 yards away from the box. And he's still trying to get the ball, but it was good defending in there by Danilo. And it's going to be another throw in. It looks like Brazil are going to make up substitution very, very surely. Looks like Hendrick might be coming on. Here's a throw in, and indeed, here's Mateus Cunha is coming off now for Brazil. He's been replaced by number 19, Hendrick. The Real Madrid player. Just spent a period of time last season on loan. 19-year-old. Now Norway once more with Martin Odegaard inside the centre circle. Of course, they don't only rely on Haaland, Norway. They had a few goals from various players as well, but he's always going to be the main man. And now Oscar Bob half through inside the Brazilian half, and Odegaard trying to cross possible through down the middle, but he picked up well with Brazil. And now they go in the counter with Vinicius Jr. sending the ball down the middle. 1-1 with the keeper now, trying to pass it. And now what a miss! What a miss by Hendrick. That would have been the fantastic start for Brazil, and Hendrick, who just came on as a sub, was on the counter-attack, picked up by Vinicius Jr., managed to release Hendrick 1-1 with the keeper, and just from 13 yards out, he placed the ball 2 yards from Nyland's right-hand post. Looking at first time round, I'm not sure why he decided to take that route. Nyland was there to be chipped, but nevertheless, that would be a fantastic sub by Brazil, but Hendrick missed that big chance. Put Brazil in the lead. Norway once more with Odegaard inside the centre circle. That would be a great sub here for 19-year-old. Of course, he moved for big money from Palmeiras to Real Madrid a couple of seasons ago. Of course, with plenty of competition at the Galacticos. But now Norway sending the ball to the right hand side to Oscar Bob. Just got inside the box, trying to go around players. And then in the end, it was good defending from Gabriel. Now Douglas Santos clears the ball away down the middle. Picked up this time by Martinelli, playing a bit deeper role at the moment, the Arsenal man. And now Guimaraes trying to get the ball back, and he managed to do so. Flicked again, managed to find Hendrick halfway through inside the Norwegian half. Hendrick still with the ball. He has the shot, and it goes just over the bar. There's 2 chances for Hendrick, and within a few minutes from coming on as a sub. Played nearly 61 minutes. Still 0-0 between Brazil and Norway. Now Brazil got a corner. That Hendrick shot take slightly deflections of the Norwegian player. Slightly better here from Brazil at the moment. I'm sure Hendrick would love to make up for that big chance. It was his first touch to pick up the ball. The second was to run with it, and the third would have been into the back of the net. And it's now Bruno Guimaraes with the cross from the left-hand side. Inside the 6-yard box, punched away by Nyland. Cleared away by Norway, but only as far as Brazil. Down the middle, Douglas Santos, another cross to the right-hand side of the penalty area, picked up by Ryan on the edge. He has a shot! Great save by Nyland. And it's cleared away by Sanderberg. And now Norway trying to go on the counter-attack, and the ball was aimed down the middle for Haaland. Just the ball was placed just behind him, straight to Douglas Santos. Great shot by Ryan. 19-year-old, and brilliantly saved by Nyland. How many times have we said that by the Norwegian keeper? Casemiro for Brazil. Getting support with Gabriel, sending the ball to Vinicius Jr. Coming forward, managed to go around the Norwegian player. Now Bob in front of him. He still kept the ball at the moment, passing the ball down the middle to Casemiro, not far from the penalty area. Across the ball to Ryan, heads it down, coming right with a shot, and another brilliant save by Nyland. What a performance the 35-year-old is having today. And it's definitely been a nightmare for Bruno Guimaraes. That is his third chance for the Newcastle man. Casemiro, lovely cross inside the penalty area, headed down by Ryan. And then Bruno Guimaraes from 8 yards out, 1-1 with the keeper. Brilliantly saved by Nyland. What a performance it has been by the 35-year-old Sevilla goalkeeper. And this is probably one of the performances that Nyland will remember for the rest of his life. Now Norway have made another substitution as Ryerson coming off, being replaced by number 14 Ursnes. Fredrik Ursnes, 30-year-old, another Benfica player on the field alongside Andreas Schildrup, who came on at half-time. We only saw the one substitution for Brazil. And that was the departure of Matheus Cunha about 5 minutes ago, being replaced by Endrick. Already had two big chances to put Brazil in the lead, but now have to worry through the ball by Norway. Managed to find Haaland, flick the ball forward. The ball still up in the air inside the Brazilian half, but eventually has been picked up by Sander Berg. You can see this game is only going to take one goal to win it. Of course, stays the same after 90 minutes. It will go to extra time and penalties. Now, Orion Nyland definitely been the star of the show. He managed to flick the ball away right in front of Guimaraes in the first half and saved his penalty. And again, this time round, brilliant one-on-one save. Now Norway with Ursnes seems to be moved into the right hand side, sending the ball down the middle to Odegaard, deep inside the Brazilian half. Patrick Berg still with the ball, switches the ball to the left to Muller Wolf. Schildrup, the Benfica man. It's got three Norwegian players inside the penalty area, but they decide to go passing the ball down the middle instead of the cross, and now the ball is stumped. Schildrup once more direct from the left. Cross the ball inside the 6-yard box, flicked away by Allison, and the ball goes out play, and it's going to be a corner for Norway. Brilliant cross by Schildrup, and Allison needed to make that touch because Haaland was right behind him. Allison's touch was just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Great interception by the Liverpool goalkeeper. That's Norway's fourth corner of the match, taken from the right side through Martin Odegaard. Odegaard with a cross inside the 6-yard box, headed away by Brazil. Now it's been chased by Schildrup and Guimaraes, but the Norwegians was on top to Oscar Bob, to Schildrup again on the left-hand side. He's been very active since he come along here, the 21-year-old. And now Bob to Schildrup again. Oscar Bob coming on the edge of the penalty area, managed to release down inside the 6-yard box, and now is just ahead of Haaland. The ball goes out, play for a goal kick. What a chance for Norway. Lovely ball by Christopher Ryer, who was released by Oscar Bob. Now passed down the middle inside the 6-yard box, and Haaland had the slightest of touches. Wasn't good enough. Ball goes out play for a goal kick for Brazil. He's still smiling, the big man. Now we're going to see more substitutions here for Carlo Ancelotti's men. And Martinelli and Ryan are coming off. They'll be replaced by Neymar and Daniela Santos. Santos, number 18, and Neymar, number 10. And now the referee has stopped play for the hydration break. Of course, the introduction of Neymar, of course, he was suffering an injury with the squad. He was absent from the game with Japan. Played 14 minutes against Scotland. Neymar will come on to play his 130th game, 79 goals for his country. brilliant record since start playing with the national side back from 2010. Of course, former Barcelona man, spent 4 seasons in the Catalonian side, scoring 105 goals in 186 games. And it wasn't a bad effort either with Paris Saint-Germain in the period of 2017 to 2023, scoring 118 goals in 173 games. And of course, after spending 1 season, 6 months to be fair, with Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia, scoring just the 1 goal in 7 games. He's now back playing with the regional club Santos. But Brazil have been making this substitution, especially the one early on with Hendrick, who came in replacing Mateus Cunha. He had a brilliant chance, 1-on-1 with Nyland. And now it easily could have put Brazil up front. Only Nyland has been brilliant in goal here for Norway. Plenty of saves. Norway had their chances as well. Nyland has been the star of the show. Alisson had about probably a couple of chances. Nyland had about 4 or 5 to save, including the penalty, of course. Brazil been awarded in the 14th minute. Diving to his left, saving Bruno Guimaraes. Penalty. And the player's back on the field. And he's going to be throwing for Brazil deep inside their own half through their left back, Santos. And the referee has signalled to go ahead, and Douglas Santos, the left back, and to find Gabriel. Just under 20 minutes to go plus stoppage time, still 0-0. Of course, if the game remains goalless by 90 minutes, we go to extra time and even penalties. We have seen plenty of chances, but either side failing to convert so far. Neymar, first touch of the match. Managed to go around Escobar, but managed to get the throw in the end. It was good defending by Orsnes. Play quickly. Neymar once more. Cross ball forward inside the penalty area, but it's a bit too much here for Guimaraes. Straight in the hands of the keeper, Nyland. Only saw that one chance for Erling Haaland in this match, and that was that chip, or the attempt chip over Alisson. I'm sure he's waiting for another chance here, Erling Haaland. The ball stood up in the air, picked up by Oscar Bob, and now Martin Odegaard going the attack here. 3 against 4. Haaland on the edge of the penalty area, take on 1, and now Odegaard gets the ball inside the penalty area. Still with the ball, he goes down, trying to keep the ball in. It was his clubman, Gabriel, who managed to get the ball right in front of him. He knows him inside out from their club days. Now Norway once more with possession of the ball deep inside their own half. Doesn't matter how good you are, if you're facing an opposition and you both play for the same club or the same country, makes it a bit slightly difficult because both know what each other thinking. And I think that was the situation happened a few moments ago between Gabriel and Odegaard, both being tremendous players for their club Arsenal. Now Nyland passes the ball just to his right, but there's plenty of pressure at the moment. He managed to clear the ball away, and that was picked up by the substitute Daniel Santos. Long ball here by Brazil, by Vinicius Junior, picked up well here by Norway, trying to clear the ball away, and Odegaard chipped the ball well, trying to keep the ball in, picked up by Guimaraes, but the referee eventually giving a free kick against the Newcastle man. with a push on Patrick Berg. It's going to be free kick for Norway, halfway through inside their own half. Of course, both sides so far making 3 substitutions. Yet to see that not being broken. Probably the closest Irish substitutes who came close to scoring a goal was Endrick. His first move in the match, he managed to find themselves one-on-one with the Norwegian keeper Nyland. He places the ball a couple of yards from Nyland's right-hand post. You see the scoring after, but now Odegaard trying to keep the ball in. Well defended here by Casemiro, but Brazil trying to get after their own half at the moment and managed to do so with Neymar. Neymar getting the support from Vinicius Jr. against Orsnes. Vinicius cut through down the middle. Managed to find Casemiro to Guimaraes to the right hand side. A cross inside the 6-yard box, but it's well blocked by Muller-Wolf. Brazil once more, another cross. And again it was another block and it was cleared away by Andrea Schildrup. And now Haaland kept the ball well to Odegaard. To Oscar Bob. It's 3 against 4 at the moment for Norway, and it's still coming forward. He's got support from his right, but he managed to use Odegaard down the middle to Haaland, to Sheldrup, cross, another shot, and a brilliant save by Allison. And the ball guards are play for a throw in. Brilliant move by Norway, and a good shot here by Sheldrup, who's equally saved by Allison. Now it's going to be throw in for Norway to the left-hand side of Brazil's penalty area. Muller-Wolf needs to throw in. Let's play it short to Sheldrup. Gets the receiving ball here. Muller-Wolf passing the ball forward. Lovely skills here. Managed to seal the ball with Norway with Odegaard. All congregating on the left-hand side of the penalty area. To Sheldrup. To Sanderberg. Good pressure here by Norway. Odegaard. 2-3 players waiting inside the box. To Oscar Bob. Just under a quarter of an hour to go. Still 0-0 between Brazil and Norway. And I'm sure England and Mexico are watching this with anticipation. Lovely ball towards the left-hand side with Muller-Wolf. His cross was well blocked by Marquinhos. Clears the ball away. And he goes straight to Christopher Raya, who's just inside the Brazilian half. Martin Odegaard. Time is definitely running out for both sides, and the reason England and Mexico are watching this match is the winner of this to be facing the winner of England and Mexico. Of course, they'll be kicking off just over 2 hours from now. And now Odegaard once more, deep inside the Brazilian half. Pressure here from Vinicius Jr., but in the end managed to find Sanderberg to his rescue. Good pressure here by Norway. Christopher Raya. Vinicius Jr. already 4 goals in the tournament so far. Haaland with 5. But yet neither managed to place the ball into the back of the net here tonight. With just under 13 minutes to go, plus stoppage time, of course. Time is definitely running out. Ireland, long ball forward, deep inside the Brazilian half, been chased by Haaland. He just tripped. And he gave a chance for Danilo to clear the ball away. And it's going to be throw-in for Norway, not far off from the left-hand side of Brazil's penalty area to Sheldrup. Just down the middle to Sanderberg. Looks like Brazil will be making another substitution very, very shortly. To Odegaard, down the middle. Trying to cut through cross. Managed to get support from the right hand side for Olsneth. To Oscar Bob. But that was good defending by Douglas Santos. Going to be throw in for Norway. Halfway through inside the Brazilian half. Now we're going to see substitution, and it's going to be Gamarrai should be coming off. For Brazil, the man who missed the penalty in the 14th minute. And it's going to be Edison who's coming on, the 26-year-old. Well, at this moment in time, he's an Atlanta player, Edison. There's been quite a lot of speculation on where his destination will be next season, but for now his concentration is on the Brazilian side. Norway with Hegem deep inside the Brazilian half, switching ball to the left hand side. The Schildrup trying to manage to go around one player, still with the ball in the edge of the penalty area, and out of Holland, and there's the goal that Holland needed. It took 79 minutes for Norway, 79 minutes for Holland to get his chance. And he put Norway into the lead. Norway won, Brazil 0, and the Brazilian fans in shock with only less than 11 minutes to go. Erling Haaland with a beautiful header into the back of the net. And Erling Haaland scoring his 6th goal of the tournament. And this could be the most important one. It's a lovely play by Schildrup. Managed to go around Danilo. And from the edge of the 6-yard box, Erling Haaland from 7 yards out, just right in front of Gabriel. Beautiful, powerful header to the left-hand side of Alisson. It's fair to say Gabriel and Marquinhos in that centre-back positions will be doing much more when they face a player with the calibre of Erling Haaland. And what can Brazil do now? They are under pressure with around 10 minutes to go, and Haaland delivered a bomb. And now Brazil coming forward from the right hand side, well defended here by Hegem, and the ball's being cleared away by Muller-Wolf. Deep inside the centre circle, picked up by Haaland again, but that was a good touch here by Marquinhos. And now they're still under pressure here, the Brazilian defenders. But the referee is giving a free kick against Haaland. There's a push on Marquinhos. You can see Carlo Ancelotti showing a sense of worry in his face on the touchline. Now Douglas Santos just inside the Norwegian half to Danilo Santos with the ball. Switching the ball to the left-hand side to Vinicius Junior against Orsnes. Not far from the left-hand side of the penalty here. Managed to go around him and Oscar Bob. But in the end, the ball goes out of play. Good defending here by the Fulham man. And it's going to be a corner for Brazil from the left-hand side with 8 minutes to go plus stoppage time. And Norway are leading by a goal to nil with Erling Haaland. Can they make up this? Brazil. This could be Neymar. He's taking a corner. The referee asking Brazilian to put the ball back on the correct place. And Neymar with a cross inside the 6-yard box, and the header goes out of play. Good defending here by Norway. And it's going to be another corner, 5th corner for Brazil. 9 in total. Again, it's going to be from the left-hand side. And all of a sudden, Brazil finding time is running out for them. Neymar with the cross inside the 6-yard box, headed away by Orsnes. Only goes as far as Casemiro from the right-hand side. Surrounded by Odegaard, but Casemiro kept the ball in. Danilo, another cross inside the penalty area, headed away by Haaland. It goes to Neymar on the edge of the penalty area from the left against Orsnes again. Gets inside, trying to go around him, and he managed to do so. And again once more, but that was a brilliant defending by Hegem, and eventually the ball's been cleared away, but only as far as Vinicius Jr. Trying to cut through down the middle, still with the ball. Oscar Bob managed to get the ball off him, and now Norway going to counter-attack and managed to release Schildrup. Schildrup against Danilo. Not far from the penalty area. Oscar Bob down the middle on the edge of the penalty area. And now Patrick Berg with the ball. To Schildrup again. To Bob. To Odegaard. But 22 yards down the middle from the goal line. Norway now are more comfortable with 6 minutes to go, and they're once more on the attack from Moller Wolf to Schildrup. We thought it might be just a goal, the one goal that is needed in this match for either side to win it. We've seen plenty of chances either end, mainly from the Brazilian side. Possession-wise, it's been slightly superior, shall we say, for Norway, especially in the first half. If Norway go through today, it's not only Hannon have to thank, it's the man in goal, Ørjan Nyland, the 35-year-old, who not only saved Guimaraes' penalty in the 14th minute, he had a brilliant saves, a couple of one-on-ones. He managed to distract Endrick as well. And one of the chances forced him to place the ball. And now Brazil once more to the back of that. That was nearly going in! And Nyland managed to clear the ball on the goal line. And Brazil once more with the ball from the right hand side. To Danilo. To Neymar. Just on the edge of the penalty area. The chip inside the 6-yard box, headed away by Aya. The ball this time it goes to Vinicius Jr. Junior passing the ball down the middle, and now the ball down the middle. The summer open to the cross by Casemiro, and the ball goes out. Play is going to be thrown in for Norway. Casemiro picked up the ball from the left-hand side of the 6-yard box, and there were two players waiting, but the pace was too much pace on that cross by Casemiro. It went straight in front of Neymar and Vinicius Jr. But prior to that, it was a brilliant save by Norway. It was a ball on the edge of the penalty area. It was a Norwegian defender trying to clear the ball. It goes up in the air towards goal by mistake, and Ørjan Nyland again to the rescue. He had to stretch and dive to his left while he was going back towards his goal line to clear the ball away. What a performance. And now Norway gets the ball back, not far outside their own penalty area, passing the ball forward. Schildrup half inside their own half here, and lovely play here, and this time it's picked up by Patrick Berg. Coming forward, there's only 3 players back defending, and now all of a sudden it became 5, and now Martin Odegaard down the middle, not far from the penalty area, switching the ball to Åsnes on the right hand side. Åsnes, he gets support from Bob, down the middle to Odegaard, to Bob once more, trying to go around the defender. He managed to do so inside the penalty area, flicked on well, Odegaard from the right hand side, crossed the ball inside the 6-yard box, but it was good defending by Brazil. It's going to be a corner for Norway. 5th of the match, 10 in total. With 2.5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Norway are very close of progressing to the next stage. And they'll be facing England or Mexico. You can see the Norwegian fans, big smiles, played short the corner by Odegaard. They're not in a hurry, they're not in a rush. The ball goes all the way back down the centre circle through Hegem. It's up to Brazilian players now, inside the last 2 minutes plus stoppage time. get themselves back into level terms. Long ball forward, trying to find Haaland. Straight into the hands of Alisson. Will manage to release the ball straight away. They need to. Down the middle. Danilo. Switch the ball to Neymar on the left. Trying to go around Oscar Bob, but he managed to find Vinicius Jr. in the end. That pass down the middle. Nearly found Haaland, but Danilo was closer to it. And now Neymar. Coming through down the middle. Chipped the ball to the left. Managed to find Vinicius Jr. Jr. still coming forward, trying to go around the player. But that was brilliant defending by Osnes. The ball goes out for a goal kick. Vinicius Jr. is complaining that the last touch should have been Osnes. He managed to go around the Norwegian defender. But in the end, Osnes covered the ball quite well. From my perspective, Ørjan Nyland has been the man of the match here for Norway. Schildrup to Haaland once more, and a shot from Haaland, and there's the second! That kills the game! And it's Erling Haaland again! In the 90th minute! What a goal! A killer goal by Norway! And now Brazil, with 30 seconds to go, plus stoppage time, they've got a mountain to climb. They need 2 goals just to equal the match, let alone win it. And Norway, it looks like they're on their way to the next stage. It's Norway 2, Brazil 0. And again, Norway taking advantage of so many players up front for Brazil. He picked up the ball from 19 yards out. Lovely pass from the left by Schildrup. And cool as you like. Beautiful shot with plenty of time given by the defenders. Placing the ball to the left-hand side of Alisson, right in the corner. What a performance by Norway. What a performance by Haaland with 2 goals tonight. And what a performance by their goalkeeper, Ørjan Nyland, who kept up in the game with so many chances for Brazil, including that penalty save in the 14th minute by Bruno Guimaraes. And the smile of Haaland says it all. It's going to be 7 minutes of stoppage time, and we've already played 1 minute. Norway are leading by 2 goals to 0. And as it stands, it's Norway will be facing either England or Mexico in the next round. That game will be kicking off in about 2 hours' time. And now Haaland with the ball. Playing a bit in a deeper role at the moment. But Brazil get the ball back. The ball's still up in the air now. And good defending here by Sanderberg. Picked up by Muller-Wolf. It's a brilliant performance by Norway. But they lose the ball now. Ball picked up this time by Hendrik. Hendrik managed to go around one defender, but it was Sanderberg there back defending inside his own penalty area. Brazil once more with the ball and a cross inside the penalty area. Slightly cleared away to Vinicius Jr. in the edge of the penalty area down the middle. Managed to pick up Danilo, but it's great defending again by Norway. And Haaland's playing a bit just outside his own box. But that was great defending here by Patrick Berg. Berg managed to go around the defender, and now he's coming forward, managed to cross the halfway line. He decided to take his time with 5 minutes left of stoppage time to go. It was killer goals from Erling Haaland in the 79th minute and the 90th minute. A header in the first, beautiful shot from the second. And now Brazil, time is running out. They need 2 goals to stay in the competition and take this game into extra time. Time is running out. Brazil with a cross inside the 6-yard box, but only managed to find Osnes, who clears the ball away as far as he can. And now every single Norwegian player back defending. Danilo just inside the Norwegian half, passing the ball down the middle to Neymar. trying to find Endrick, but well defended here by Christopher Raya. Now Marquinhos. That's across the halfway line here for Brazil. With just 4 minutes to go of stoppage time. Neymar down the middle. Halfway through inside the Norwegian half. Douglas Santos to Junior. To Neymar down the middle. Trying to find a space to shoot. Couldn't find it. And now Ederson with the shot. Good blocked here by Odegaard. It goes once more for Danilo, but that was good defending by Oscar Bob. The ball goes out of play. It's going to be a goal kick for Norway. The second goal for Hannon. That shot, he had plenty of time to place the ball. No pressure whatsoever from any Brazilian player. The nearest to him were Gabriel in front of him, about 2 yards ahead of him. The shot did go between the Brazilian defender's feet. Now Norway making another substitution. The ball forward, meant to find Shieldrup, but the ball's been cleared away by the Brazilian defenders. Still the ball up in the air. It's headed away by Gabriel, but only goes as far as Odegaard. Odegaard not far from the right hand side of the penalty area. Managed to release Bob. It was Ayers come off for Norway. It's been replaced by Ostergaard. Ostergaard with Arten Odegaard. Still with the ball, not far from the right hand corner flag. Ostergaard's first touch to Odegaard, and now the ball with Sanderberg inside the penalty area, possible inside the 6-yard box, cleared away by Gabriel, and it's all Norway at the moment. And again, this time pick up the ball here outside the Brazilian penalty area. Oscar Bob, beautiful skills. It's all Norway at the moment, and it was brought down here, Odegaard, by Neymar, and it's going to be free kick just outside the penalty area, and a yellow card for Neymar. Beautiful skills and great passes here by the Norwegian side around the penalty box. And Odegaard, the minute he got that free kick, you can see the joy in his face, the screaming, the passion. We've got a minute and a half of that stoppage time to go. And Odegaard and co, they know as it stands, they'll be going to the next stage. And now Haaland with 7 goals has equaled Mbappe and Messi, all on 7 in this tournament so far. Just past the 6 out of the 7 minutes of stoppage time left. 1 minute to go. 1 minute separates Norway from playing either Mexico or England, and now there seems a bit of a confrontation happening between few players here from both sides. There's some pushing and shoving here that involves Martin Odegaard and Gabriel. It's quite ironic, both players play for the same club, and now as more players are getting involved and the referee is trying to calm things down, I think it's a bit of a frustration from the Brazilian side. And the referee in the end had managed to separate both sides in the end. It's not the scenes that we want to see any match, let alone in the dying seconds here. We already played 7 minutes of the stoppage times that have been given by the fourth official. And the game is back and underway. Gabriel, Douglas Santos. Long ball forward, deep inside the Norwegian half. Headed away by Christopher Raya to Patrick Berg down the middle. Norway trying to keep the ball as far as they can. They headed away, but they just conceded a free kick. Nearly halfway through inside the Norwegian half. Play 7.5 minutes, only supposed to be 7 minutes, and Brazil need 2 goals to equal the match. Free kick, played inside the penalty area, headed away by Ostergaard. And the referee has given a handball against, in fact, he thinks like this must be an elbow on Casemiro. It's Bit of confusion at the moment here. It looks like it. Well, the referee and VAR are looking at it. Because Ostergaard's jump seems like to hit the Brazilian player Casemiro. And it just seems going to be a penalty here for Brazil. You just doubling check this with VAR. Of course, the referee again, he's reiterating to the Norwegian players that an elbow has been used inside the box. It's going to be the second penalty for Brazil in this match. They missed the first one in the 14th minute, and now they get another one. They played that 9 minutes, only supposed to be 7 minutes of stoppage time. Brazil need 2 goals, and now Neymar with the penalty. Guimaraes missed the first. Can Neymar plays the second, but could be too little too late as well. It's a conversation between Neymar and Nyland, winding each other up as you expect. But that one goal would not be enough for Brazil, but they still need to score it. We don't know how many seconds and how many minutes the referee is going to give in on top of that. So Neymar with the penalty. And he's stepping forward. And he comes forward and he plays the ball into the back of the net. Plays it to the left-hand side of Nyland. And it's now Norway 2, Brazil 1. And the referee asking the players to go along. But not Neymar with the ball, with the goal. From the penalty spot. We are in the final seconds. Can Brazil find a way to get a second? It does look like it might be mission impossible. Never say never in football. We still haven't had the restart yet, and now the referee is having a word with Marquinhos and Odegaard, both captains. And the referee is giving a go-ahead for the restart. As they say, only needs a second to score. And the referee is asking for the restart again. So the referee is asking Norway to restart the match, and indeed they had. Sending the ball back to Orion Nyland. Clear the ball forward, Brazil, which could be the last chance. Neymar passing the ball down the middle, headed away by Norway. It picked up by Casemiro from the left across inside the 6 penalty area, and is well picked up by Orion Nyland. Played nearly 11.5 minutes of stoppage time here. Still Norway 2, Brazil 1. Long ball forward. Aim for Haaland. He's been chased the ball, but good defending here by Marquinhos. And as we speak, the referee finally blows his whistle on a historic win for Norway. 2 goals from Erling Haaland, who else, in the 79th minute and the 90th to give Norway progression into the next round. The 10th minute of injury time penalty by Neymar was not enough in the end. And Ståle Solbaken's men, they'll be facing either England or Mexico, who will be kicking off in just under 2 hours' time. Many congratulations to Norway. Hard luck for Brazil. It's full time in the end. Norway victorious with 2-1 against Brazil.